Hi guys, it's Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology, and tonight I'm here to put together for you an abbreviated reading for the Aries full moon. So instead of all my signs, I told you guys in my mutual reception video I wasn't going to be able to make all of my zodiac signs. I usually like to do 2 storylines for each of you guys. There's Freddie, of course. Hi Freddie. Alright, I've been gone all day and he's been desperately wanting attention, so he's probably going to be bothering me. But, anyways, I am going to go ahead and do readings today. We're going to do I'm just going to do all the 4 elements, okay? So I'm going to do earth, air, fire, and water. That's the order that I've got them planned out. The full moon is actually today, October 13th. And it is in Aries. Aries is opposite of Libra, because that's what a full moon is. You know, the sun is shining 180 degrees away from the moon, and that's what makes the moon look all lit up. It's full, okay? So it's always going to be in the opposite zodiac sign as the sun. And the sun is wrapping up its time in Libra. We have 2 planets, Mercury and Venus, are already in Scorpio. So in general, like in addition to like Pluto having just gone direct, there's going to be a lot of that transformation energy in the air. Like about a month ago when I was doing readings, I was really feeling like love was in the air. And now I'm feeling like there's a whole lot of healing in the air, okay? That's part of why all these readings didn't get out, okay? Because your healer needs healing too, right? That's how we're able to serve others. You got to take time for ourselves. So, that's some of the energy that is in the air right now. And it's okay. Okay, it's all right, because that's how we grow. We got to heal. We got to deal with some of that dark stuff. So, the sun's going to move into Scorpio in about 10 days. So you have more of that just kind of heavy. A lot of you guys, like Scorpio is a water sign, but because it's also very deep and transformational, a lot of you guys are going to be going through the feelings on your deepest most personal level. Okay. And then Mercury is going to go retrograde in Scorpio right about the end of the month. I don't have exact dates on that. I would look it up on my phone, but it's right there. Okay. But Mercury is going to go retrograde, and its entire retrograde period is in Scorpio. Sometimes it loops into another sign, but it's not doing that this time. So it's all going to be in Scorpio. And how you think about, like on a rational level, on a conscious level, how you think about a lot of your deep feelings and some of your very, very deepest seated ways of dealing with other people, that kind of stuff is going to come up. Bless you, boo-boo. Secrets might come out. Anything that's been hidden, anything that's been buried that has to do with your communications or connections with other people, like that stuff's going to come out. In some way, shape, or form. Okay, now like the truth is always enlightened to just kind of like enlighten us. You know, that's why those things happen. So Mercury retrograde can be a time when those things are going on. And then of course, when it comes out, it's going to be direct again in Scorpio. So there's just a lot of feeling stuff going on. And even though water signs are, you know, like about the emotions and how we emotionally relate to one another, Scorpio's it can be a pretty loner sign sometimes, okay? Sometimes we have to make ourselves less available to others so that we can do that deep work, all right? So that's a lot of what is going on and coming up. Just some really kind of personal stuff, personal transformation. So the word personal is very, very, very important when it comes to this full moon, because whatever it is that you're going through right now, that's what it is. It's very personal, but personal in a different way, because this is Aries energy, okay? And Aries is ruled by Mars, just as Scorpio is co-ruled by Mars and Pluto. So they're both very masculine signs, and very much about asserting yourself in one way or another. Aries is sort of the baby of the zodiac, all right? So it's the almost like it's hard to say least experience of those signs, but when Aries goes into action, all it needs is a desire for action. That's all it takes. Okay. It doesn't need this process of transformation and for a thing to die and a new thing to be born in order to take action. Okay. That's kind of the Scorpio Mars energy. What Aries needs is a spark, an idea, an inspiration. Okay. And it will move into action, spring into action. Okay. Very, very quick action. So some of the whatever issues are coming up, I feel like a lot of us are wanting to take action on a personal front, okay? Because Aries also rules the first house. It's very much how we conceive of ourselves. That's where our ego resides, all right? So I talked a lot about ego death being a very Scorpio-centered concept, all right? So a lot of you guys, what this full moon is doing to us, because full moons are bright, they illuminate things, they shine light on things, right? Sometimes things that we're hiding from ourselves. And so this full moon, I think, is really going to bring up in a lot of us just ideas about who we think we are, positive or negative, who we think we are. Okay. And this is all a part of the culminating transformation that we're all going through. It was a very transformative period. Okay. So I don't want to talk too much more about it, except for to say that the kind of issues that are coming up around this full moon, whatever they are, they're very personal to you. Okay. It's about asserting yourself. It's about your personal drive. What are you putting your energy and your work into? And what are some of the things? I just got a big old bunch of cards out, but I wasn't in the middle of a conversation with the deck, so I'm going to have those hold. Okay. So yeah, what are you putting your energy into? What do you feel inside in your intuition? Because that's moon space, right? Is the best place for you to be putting your energy. What do you feel about the kind of person that you want to be? These are the kind of transformations we're going to. So these readings are not going to be about love or money or anything like that. It's going to be about you and whatever it is that you're going through. Okay. So I'm going to start with air. And this is, I mean, I'll timestamp everything. Okay. Don't you worry, baby dolls. I got you. You're at the Soul School now. Thank you so much for being here. Before I get started, I definitely want to remind you, like, all of the information for booking is below. And I know it says step 1 is send me a payment. You can message me first, get to know me, hit me up, ask me about how things go down if you want to. I actually, right now my online rates are for recorded readings, but I do prefer them live. So hit me up if you want to work something out. Okay. That's fair enough. Okay. All the information you need to book a personal reading with me is below. You can subscribe to my channel here if you like it, like the video if you like it. You can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram. All that information is below. And of course, any information that comes up that I want to share with you, I'll link. Sometimes there's meditations or just things like that. And I'm like, yo, this might be helpful. I'm going to put it there next to your timestamp if that applies to the earth, air, fire, or water signs. So I'm going to start off with earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What up, homies? Okay, I'm an earth mother, if you will. I'm going to start off with the Magical Menagerie Oracle cards. And sometimes it's a fairly new deck. And I do actually sometimes read reversals with this deck. But right now we've got everybody upright. Because what I'm really asking about, you know, I might pause this because I don't have any background noise right now, okay? But anyways, I might put some music on. What I'm asking about with these cards today, this Magical Menagerie, is just what area of personal development or what part of ourselves are we really working on right now? So let me get some background music for you, earth signs. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I have actually, like, there's a really nice rush of traffic going on out there. But I have some enchanting forest music on in the background for a reading. I like that. I went to the Renaissance Festival today. It was very enchanted. and stuff like that. So that's, you know, a whole mood. In fact, one of the decks I'm using today, I got to sit on the throne of swords. So we got a Game of Thrones tarot here, and I'm going to try not to do any spoilers with that, okay? We're starting with this magical menagerie, though, for you earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns, and this, of course, is for your sun, moon, and rising signs. I didn't do my incantation before, so now I would like to call in all spirits of divine love and light, ancestors, allies, and guides to please help me to deliver a message to our earth signs today. The first question we have for this oracle deck is, what particular area of life our earth signs, personal development, our earth signs really focus on at this time for the Aries full moon and the period following? So it's going to take us almost up to Halloween, okay? So the period, the second half of October. Let's get some good cards. Where can our earth signs focus? Ooh, I like this one, and I know how to pronounce it now. It came up in the last one. It's not Undine. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb sometimes. It's the Undine. I love the Undine because, you know, just a naked woman taking a bath, okay? Most of these I do have to look up. I'm going to go ahead and look at the Undine and see what part of that message pops out to me. But for you earth signs, okay, part of this full moon is asking you to really get into what I like to call that moon space, okay? It's ruled by water. She's bathing, and so bathing can be a very spiritual practice, okay? It's very cleansing. In the Catholic tradition, y'all know baptism is purifying one of their sins by the application of water, sacred water, okay? The Undine is, of course, in water, but she's of water. She's very much like, almost just like a water nymph, okay? So, she likes to talk about feelings, emotions, connection, the unconscious, and dreams. Yo, I had the weirdest dream last night. Like, people's Christmas, you know, people have like a whole like fleet of reindeer in their yard. It was like everybody had those, but they were inflatable and they were flying around in the sky. It was crazy things. It was a weird dream space I was in, but it was a full moon, so hey. All right. So the Undine, they typically take the form of mermaids, but may simply appear as liquid swirls. Okay, humans naturally feel close to the water element because our composition is 80% water. That's a very practical earth-based fact, okay? We can only live for a matter of days without drinking, all right? So another reason of feeling an affinity with water is that we were born with a set of emotions that come and go like the tides of the sea. So I think you guys are really going to be feeling your emotions, and then you're going to be going into your dream space. You'll be working on things like personal empathy, sensitivity, emotional support, also artistic inspiration and expression, as well as the psychic arts and mysticism. So the Undine is inquisitive and possessed of a deep longing to go beyond the confines of the current experience. Okay, so the unconscious is accessible and its images are ready to be deciphered. So earth signs, we are the least fluid of all of the signs, okay? Rock is not fluid, okay? We like to settle into patterns. We like to settle into ways of thought. We like to settle into anything that makes us feel like our situation is predictable and controllable, okay? And there is this inner urge for a lot of us to, like, the way in which you want to explore yourself personally and develop yourself personally is to listen to that inner longing. How do you want to break out of the confines of your typical everyday experience? That's the Undine for the magical menagerie. So now we're moving to the Game of Thrones tarot. For some reason, every time I pull this out, that's gray wind on the bottom. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right, so I just I'm looking for 3 clarifiers. Is that how many you are? Oh, there's 4. Okay. These 4 just really popped out. They just slid right out, okay? Things that you guys are going through right now. Okay. All right. Okay. This is really funny that, okay, this is a very earthy reading, and I'm going to go through, obviously, each and every one of the cards, but I'm also going to call attention to the fact that the star to me, for some reason, I feel like really relates to the Undine. Because if you know the traditional star card, this one is Sansa placing, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, Sansa when Winterfell's under the invader regime, and she has to send out for help, and she knows that there's hope if she can just get her light out there, right? And so the star is about hope, all right? But the star card is a naked woman kneeling down into the water, okay? In the traditional Rider-Waite-based tarot. Okay, so those 2 cards are very much related. We have a lot of coins on the table, and coins are ruled by the element of earth. So they're dollars. There are practical resources, things that are important to earth signs. Okay, and it's just kind of funny that like the Undine is all about looking beyond the current confines of our situation, and y'all just looking for the confines that your dollars are in right now. Okay, so you definitely are desiring more, but you're also really focused on how that would manifest in the physical world right now. Okay, these cards are very talkative. You're very guarded right now. You want to hold on to the things that you have, all right, because you have these hopes and dreams. You have these things that you feel called towards, but there's a lot of blockage right now. Okay, your primary focus is, it's very earthy, the 10 of coins. 10 of coins is built wealth. It is inherited wealth. It is legacy. It is shared, did I say shared wealth? Okay. All right. So it's often something that you build together. All right. There's definitely a sense of, we got all the family holidays and crap coming up soon. And I don't hate them. I just, you know what I mean? You get together and you get around the table and you eat all the food. And I want to put a candle up here or something because I want you guys to see these cards. Okay. And so that's what this looks like. It looks like some sort of like family meal going on, okay? Or some sort of big, exquisite banquet, okay? You don't just want to be able to pay your bills. You want to be able, you want to have all your finances on lockdown, okay? Maybe it's a home. Maybe it's a long-term relationship. It's definitely something that has value and that it takes time to acquire and to achieve, okay? And you want to feel a sense of stability with that, okay? But you're feeling blocked in that area right now. And I feel, wow, that's a very strong energy. Okay, 5s are hard for me, you guys. Whenever I ask, how's that feel? It never feels good. Okay, when it's a 5, it never feels good. 5 of Swords energy, I need to stop asking how's that feel because it does feel like an attack. Okay, 5s, like all those 5 staves, okay, sometimes it can just indicate that, like, things are just, there's too much energy being applied and too much blockage. Something's not like able to push through. But this feeling is very much a backlash. Okay, some of you guys have recently made moves to follow your dreams, and the people who are used to counting on you in a certain way, because earth signs are dependable people. You're going to be the same person today as you were yesterday, and that same person tomorrow. And people know how to depend on you for that, right? But I'll tell you what, earth sign, you want to know how to tell who your friends are? Start working on yourself. Take your energy and apply it towards your personal goals and dreams. You go find out who your friends are. Boo-boo, I love you, but I'm in the middle of something right now. Thank you. All right, that's what that feels like. Like, I'm trying to do a reading, quit meowing at me. You have a lot of voices in your head, okay? And you know I love you. You know I love you. You have a lot of voices in your head. A lot of people, I feel like, are pushing back against you wanting to follow your dreams because it means you're not supporting theirs in the way that you were before. Okay? That's a big thing. A lot of you guys are realizing that you've been investing more into other people than you've been investing into yourself. So when you decide now that it's time to invest in you, people are going to be like, well, wait, I thought you were holding my hand through life. You want to go hold your own now? That's not fair. Yes, it is fair. Okay? Because that teaches those other people to fend for themselves. That's facts. Okay? You love somebody, give them the privilege of fighting their own battles. Okay? You're fighting a lot of battles that are not your own. And it's blocking you from feeling this sense of stability. Okay? So when you can quiet these voices, you're actually going to be able to hear, that doesn't make sense, to hear your own inner light, but to see your own inner light, okay? It's like hearing your own inner voice, but seeing your own inner light, okay? Hearing your own inner voice is like a high priestess thing, okay? Seeing your inner light, seeing how really bright you can shine, that's what's on the other side of this. Okay, just quieting those voices. All right, those true homies, they're gonna stick it out. Those people who also see your inner light, they are going to stick around. Okay. Oh snap, that's facts. You ain't got a lot of friends right now. Like I said, you wanna know how your friends are? Start working on yourself. You're gonna go from 10 to 4. But you know what? These are valuable. They ain't plastic coins. These are real gold pieces, okay? The people who stick it out through this process with you, those are your people. Those are your people. The people who are bitching right now, yo, that's exactly what this is. There's 10 people here. 5 of them are bitching right now. They are complaining. And it's that, I don't mean like go count the people who are complaining to you right now, okay? But half of this crew is not going to be there in the end, okay? Because these people who are whining that you're not feeding their mouths right now, they're going to fall away. You know who's left at the end? Half of those homies. You're 4 and you, okay? This process, and you're not going to even, I don't think you're going to be that mad about it, because the Undine knows how to, she knows how to build relationships that are true connections, and that's what's important to her. Okay, so in this full moon, a lot of you guys are going to be going into yourselves and saying, you know what, half of these friends are fake. And it's not just that they're fake people, but the friendship itself might just operate on a very superficial level, or the connection that you have might be very superficial, like friends you party with. Okay, that's fine, but when you're not in the mood to party, who's there? Do you have friends that support your goals? Because that's what a real connection is. Somebody who says, yeah, you want to work on you right now? I support you 100%. Those are your real people. Okay. Some of you earth signs, and it's hard unless you're a Taurus, you're fixed earth. You know who to cut off. Boo, boo, boo. Virgos, you always kind of looking for, how can I change this? How can I transform this? Maybe this person can be useful to me. And I don't mean like in a like using somebody kind of way, but earth signs, let's be real. That's how we relate to people. How are they valuable to me? Okay. My love that I have for you is what makes you valuable to me. And to talk about you in terms of value doesn't like dehumanize you. Do you know what I mean? So our relationships are pentacles, okay? They're things that we value. And you're going to be understanding which relationships hold true value, okay? Because those are people who are going to stick around and who are going to encourage you investing in yourself during this time, earth signs. So right now, I am pulling out some Ship of Fools. Pardon me. Y'all, I ate like carnival food today. I don't do that. It's funny because like they had soda, but they're out of like, I don't really drink soda. When I do, it's like Sprite usually. So there's all they had was Dr. Pepper, and I was like, oh my gosh, what a delightful beverage this is. People drink it every day. I'm not used to it. It's good. It's tasty. I like Dr. Pepper. Anyways, okay, so I am kind of looking for some advice in navigating this particular situation where y'all are growing. You're growing. Whoop, whoop. You're growing. Yeah, your garden is growing, y'all. Yes, you're the Empress right now. Let me get this book kind of out of my way so I don't knock it off with my own. All right, so we're adding to this with just a little bit of advice for navigating this situation. That's too many, but we got a flipper right here. Okay, tell me a little bit more about that. Let's build on the Ace of Coins reversed. Good ways to navigate this situation for our Earth signs. Earth signs come into their power, but you got some people. I guess that's facts. Ooh, that's facts too. That's okay. I'm going to take those and stop. This carries on this theme, unfortunately, of letting some people go. Trimming your tree. Trimming your friendship tree. Okay, I think the last time I talked about trimming your tree, I didn't explain what I meant. Trimming your friendship tree. Your tree can grow fuller if you chop off limbs that are using up your resources and your energy, that don't contribute to the overall health of the tree. Okay, I don't know anything about trees and how they go. I do know a little bit about trees and how they grow because I read science books sometimes. But you got to hack off some of those dead limbs. Okay, if you want to think about your life as a bonsai tree, you got to trim it, you got to prune it, make it into the shape that you want it to be. Now I have this weird autofocus thing. Okay, it's gone. All right, so Ace of Coins reversed. Yeah. Okay, so some of you guys are, okay, don't take what I've said about just cut, like about some people not making it through. Okay, that doesn't mean you just got necessarily cut people off. Okay, all right, and in fact, be careful about who you're cutting out, because there is an Ace of Coins reversed here. Okay, some of the friendships that you thought were valuable, they're not anymore, and you're not going to regret just cutting those people out. Okay, some of these are that's very interesting. Ooh, that's very interesting. Some of you guys are coming clear on the fact that some of the relationships that you're in perpetuate cycles that you've always been involved in since childhood that you just don't want to carry forward anymore. Okay, like maybe when you were growing up, you always had to be like the person responsible for everybody else's emotions. Well, I'm mad and you made me mad, right? Like if you grow up around that and you're starting to realize not everybody's like that, but these people are like that. Right? So these patterns of how you relate to people that you picked up when you were very young, and you realize that some of the people, just some of the relationships, the friendships that you have, the people in your life, perpetuate some of those cycles. Okay? Some of you guys have friends, you just had friends forever. They're not really in alignment with who you are. They've just been around. They've just stood the superficial test of time. Okay, like they still hit you up every couple of weeks to go to the club or something like that. But again, these aren't people who are like necessarily invested in you and your life and where you're going with it. Okay, so the way in which these people drain you is going to start to become clear to you as you move ahead. Okay, so one word of advice, something you can focus on, going back to the Game of Thrones deck for this. And what do we get? Ooh, the King of Swords, yo. King of Swords swings his blade. Yeah. Be logical, okay? Just be logical and rational and stand in your truth, okay? This can also be taking control of communications, okay? So, some people don't want to let you go. That's something that's for sure from these cards right here. Some people are going to be really happy with your changes, but you know what? If you're ascending, if you're evolving, and they're not on board with the new you, they can evolve too. They can evolve too. All right. So you guys are just going to have to be cutting that out. Just to give you an idea of what's down here, we have the Ace of Coins reversed and the Five of Coins. So left out in the cold. 6, 10, and 7 of Cups reversed. There's going to be a lot of clarity coming out of this situation. Some of the relationship patterns that you've just always carried on in the past, you're just tired of that. You're not trying to do that anymore. Because you are focused on yourself now. Okay? So, clearing that deck. Packing this up. Then clear this deck. And then we're going to move on to air signs. Okay? Air signs always get me really talkative because, you know, that's my moon space is Gemini. Beverage. Keep yourselves hydrated for sure. But I feel like that is always a message from Spirit. Spirit just really loves you and wants you to stay hydrated, guys. Okay? All right. So we went ahead and got our next Naked Lady out of the deck. Just as I was thinking ahead about what we should do for our air signs. Okay, so air signs, your oracle card, your magical menagerie, is the mermaid, who is actually co-ruled by air and water. Water first, okay? And for earth signs, of course, it was the Undine. So like I said, it's the other Naked Lady of the magical menagerie tarot. So again, very, very strong star card vibes. Okay, so star card is typically like a naked lady chilling on the banks of the water. Ooh, dreams. Okay, unconventional and perceptive is the mermaid. They combine the unconscious with the conscience, the occult with the known. So like dream symbols, they swim in the depths and bring treasures to the surface. Air signs, pay attention to your dreams. So mermaid connects with the deep unconscious. Hence dreams, intuition, and a profound connection with the other world. Okay, if you're not familiar with the Celtic notion of the other world, it's not like the underworld where people go when you die. It is almost like this spirit world that exists right here on top of all this stuff. It's here with us. Okay. Parts of it, I think, maybe exist elsewhere. I don't know. But it's just this, it's not the same thing as the underworld. All right. So if you're connecting with the other world, you're connecting with spirits, deities, things like that. Okay. All right. So mermaid fear, and this is huge. It's funny that I said star vibes because I'm pretty sure that star card in tarot is associated with Uranus, and that says right here, mermaid refers to the unusual and unconventional, to synchronicity and being in tune with the time. Mermaid confers an inability to quickly understand complex problems. She's intensely curious, and her ability to be both perceptive and objective makes her a wise counselor or inspiring teacher. So revelation and enhanced understanding, creative by the virtue of the air and water combination, so music and song. All right. She cares passionately for others and expresses deep concern for all life. The reason I say Uranus vibe, Uranus, I believe, rules the star card in tarot and is all about unconventional things, but also a very humanitarian approach. Okay. So I think you guys are looking at how to make sense because you're air signs, okay? So you kind of got the same card as the earth signs, but you want to rationalize. Autofocus is being weird. Focus, get off my screen. Just a little circle there. It's distracting me. Anyways, so I think you guys are really trying to be perceptive to your intuition, which is perfect during the moon time. That's what you got to do when the moon is full. All right. I think you're trying to be very perceptive, but also rational about your intuition, okay? And like I said, like this moon is talking to everybody about what it is you want to be spending your time and your energy on, okay? So you guys are feeling that out in your moon space, but you're also thinking it out in your head space, in your brain space, okay? So shuffling up some GOT cards here. And I'm going to ask for 3 cards to help clarify this message. Just give a little more guidance to our air signs. Thank you, divine spirits of love and light, ancestors, allies, and guides. What message can we deliver for the personal project, personal development that are air signs? This is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Aquarius ruled by that Uranus energy, okay? Let's get 3 cards for you. That's a big old step. I want 3, please. I will take it if there's, I'll take top 3. Okay. I'll just tell I'll tell the stories. Okay, so I got 2 sets of 3, and we're just gonna work those out. Ooh. And anytime I see the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck, I feel like the deck is like, yes, you do what I asked you to do. But there's truth coming out. There's pages here. Okay. This might be about a relationship. It might be about divine union because we have the King and Queen of Spears here. Okay. Some of you guys are just feeling really, hold on. I will deliver that message. Okay, so that makes sense. Especially for Libras. Because we have this mutual reception going on right now, the message that I'm hearing is that I have 2 messages. One is for the feminines and one is for the masculines. Okay? So how do you identify with that? For the males, for the men, okay, so for the Kings of Spears, and this doesn't even necessarily have to be like about your gender or your predominant like identity energy, so much as where you're sitting right now, okay? Some of you guys are just coming to the realization that you need some healing. Okay? Yeah, because your inner voice is telling you that something needs healed. And then your brain is like, I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't mean we thought about it already. That's not the same thing, air signs. Thinking about a thing and healing from a thing are different, okay? You gotta get in your feelings and feel them, okay? So the reason I'm telling this story is I got the King of Wands. No. Yeah. Because swords are swords and spears are staves or staffs or wands, okay? And here's the Page of Swords. This is his new idea. He's contemplating. Now, typically, the King of Wands is not just sitting around on his butt thinking about things. He's taking action, okay? But this is Ned Stark, okay? And you know he doesn't take action without thinking about it, thinking about it. Okay? So he's contemplating the action to take. Can you see that in the light there? He's contemplating the correct action. The action that is in alignment with himself and his spirit and his purpose. And he wants to move forward on something, but this realization has come. You can't just like rationalize everything. Sometimes you got to get in the boat and row across the waters. Okay. So the Six of Swords is mental healing. Okay, which means you can't just think your way through a situation. You got to feel it. You got to get there in your feelings and you got to feel it, okay? Conversation helps, okay? I'm going to tell you that. Conversation is going to help. And the reason I can tell you that is there's 2 people in that boat, okay? So, focus. Can you see that all right? And in fact, I think this is the boat that Aria takes to Bravos. That's probably going to be the best place for that. Like, perfect. All right, so y'all need healing, and you're just not figuring that out. That, like, you thought you were just going to make a plan and go forth with something, but now you're realizing that there is this call coming from inside of you, like it's something's pulling on your heartstrings, something that needs to be dealt with still, okay? So, for those feminines of you, I like that. Y'all feeling good. This is Danny. She is the Queen of Coins, but she's also there. Then the Nine of Coins. I'm sorry. She's Queen of Spears. All right. So they are divine counterparts. All right. Which is what made me know that I need to split this up into readings for feminine and masculine energies. Okay. She is attracting wealth right now, like a mofo. She's just very magnetic. Okay. And she feels like she's got all the resources that she needs. She's got a firm footing. And she's ready to make an investment. Okay. So a new project. Some of you guys are starting a new business. Some other sort of financial investment, potentially. Some of you guys, okay, I like that, are looking for a partner, but you're very concerned because you don't want to bring in somebody who is going to compromise the financial stability that you have right now, okay? Like you like where you're sitting with things, okay? But there is something coming in, something new, a project that is, I think maybe even planning on it for a while, but it's going to require something you're passionate about. Okay, and it's going to require some drive, and I think that you have it. Okay, so men looking at healing, and ladies looking at getting their dollars. There's an Aries full moon for you. Okay, with mutual assumption going on. Gender roles just kind of getting a little bit swapped. So I just want a few cards that are going to kind of advise the best way to navigate this situation for our air signs. Just a few cards here. Those other ones popped out first. I'll take the top 3. Why are you so obsessed with me? Ace of Coins reverse. Jeez. Now all my cards are goofed up. Okay. That's just something that happens with this deck a lot. And they're black and white on both sides. So. Yeah. I guess. Some of you guys are just not looking for love right now. You're not thinking about love at all. Okay? Because that's not the path that you're on. In fact, you just don't really feel like that investing in that route right now is going to pay off for you at all. Okay? Some things that you've been working on for a while, this is not related to love, but some of you, there's something you've been working on for a while and you just made the choice to let it go by the wayside because something is truer to your heart that needs to be tended to right now. Okay? So, it's okay to leave things behind. It's Scorpio season. Things die and then they go into the soil and they create new life. Okay? So, things like that happen. It's okay. Don't spend too much time in your head about it. You've got to feel your feelings. Because you spend, oh my God, this is the best analogy that I heard. It was for an earth sign from another reading that you're trying to analyze the data, But if you're not listening to your heart, that data is incomplete. Okay? Your feelings and experiences and your intuition, those are data too. Okay? So, some of you guys have a lot of concerns about things projects that you're leaving behind, but the truth is, it's just like your brain wasn't in it. Your mind wasn't in it. Your heart wasn't in it. Okay? So, don't have too much anxiety about the things that you're leaving behind, because you guys are both headed in really good places, whether you're masculine or feminine here. You either know that there's healing to be done, and that's going to get you where you need to be. Or you're really enjoying standing on your own 2 feet right now and investing in something new. Okay? Either way, both of those situations could involve leaving something or somebody behind. I just really think it's another project, something that you've been investing in. You're working on for a long time, you just don't feel like it anymore. And that's okay. You can make the choice, because that's the Lover's card. And it was reversed. You can make the choice to put that down. It's okay. All right? In fact, I feel like this mermaid here asking you to put your intuition and your intellect side by side. For some of you guys, that's a very new way of thinking. And as you begin to do that, you're going to be realizing that there are things that you wanted that you didn't even know. Like, I didn't know, wait a second. That is what would make me happy, but I never thought of it before. Okay? The data doesn't come from here. Sometimes it comes from here. All right? I am going to have to refill my literal cup. And then I'll come back and read for y'all fire signs. Okay. Hi, I'm back. I got some Palo Santo. I'm getting ashes everywhere. Okay, guys. So, healing. There's a lot of healing going on, you guys. And for some reason, I feel like fire signs are not always comfortable with that process. Okay, air signs aren't always, and we just talked about that. Okay, the desire to like rationalize. And the thing with fire signs is fire signs want to go, go, go. Okay, so we're talking about Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries especially. Mars is in Libra right now and it doesn't like to be there. The moon is in Aries right now and it doesn't like to be there. Okay, because that is a masculine energy, an active energy being placed into a receptive space. So, just slowing down and listening to yourselves right now is going to be a really important thing for you guys to do. Okay, we're going to start off with the magical menagerie. Okay. What area of personal development are you guys focusing on? My fire signs focusing on? Thank you, divine spirits of love and light, ancestors, allies, and guides. You're coming into space and guiding me to deliver a clear and accurate message. Bow, 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 bow. Foxy. Bow, 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 bow. Foxy. Y'all got the fox. It's a new deck, so I'm learning, and I am going to read to you guys, but I'm calling to mind what I already know about the fox. The fox is clever, and the fox has all of the resources that he needs to get his things done once he knows the things to be done. The fox is ruled by all 4 elements, air, in this order: air, fire, earth, and water. Intelligence, slyness, and watchfulness. So keep your eyes open, okay? But also be observing yourselves right now. And I just say that? Okay. By the way, guys, real quick, can we talk about healing? Okay. Fire signs, Leos. You're going to... Aries and Leos. Okay, well, yeah, so, it's kind of the Sagittarius in me too. So fire signs, humor me real quick. It's been like, I don't even know, maybe a week since I've gone blonde. I put all the protein back in my hair. Yo, this is healing. This is regeneration. I haven't washed it in 2 days, but it's holding the curl, okay? It is bouncy. It's alive again. It's regeneration. That's what's going on right now. Regeneration. Healing. We got to listen to ourselves to know how to do that, right? So, the fox is universally associated with quick-wittedness, slyness, and cunning, as well as the intelligence demanded of an animal that has a reputation for being a champion survivor. Fire signs, y'all are the survivors, okay? You're the fighters. Y'all always got somewhere fighting you. Legends abound of a fox's adaptability and wily nature from China throughout Europe and in the United States. Associated with this swiftness of thought and a sure-footedness born of wise caution is the ability to move silently and unseen. Y'all, I like that. I'm not mad about that. Instead of being seen, fox is the keen observer and watcher. Y'all have to look at yourselves objectively. And everything around you. The people around you too. We'll get more from the cards. All of fox's senses are acute, hearing and smell as well as sight. In addition, fox has a reputation for being fiercely protective of the family. They use their natural cunning to good effect. All right. So y'all are observing right now. Okay. That's a good part of planning. If you feel like you have a project in the works, sometimes you just got to observe a little bit first. I guess I'm going to put you there. I have so many things. You can't see them, but they're all here. I got rocks and cards and candles. And these Game of Thrones here. I can't remember if I knocked on these. We're just going to clear that out from our last reading. And Game of Thrones is an uprights only deck for me. Just the cards are too thin for me to shuffle end to end, so they always come out upright. And this is just kind of what area of your life you guys are focusing on. I like that. Observing yourself. You guys are starting to like make sense of a lot of the vague anxieties that have been following you around for a long time. Let me get one or two more on this, please. Game of Thrones Tarot. That's beautiful. Thank you. I feel like I already was saying that, but you're right. I'll let you say it too. Last one. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I knew this was going exactly in that direction. Y'all, swords, swords, swords. Okay. I'm going to find the picture of me on the throne of swords. It's just kind of like a fake Iron Throne, okay, that they have at the Renaissance Festival. And I'm all like, you know, trying to be cute on it. So I went ahead and I did draw it forward. These are all swords. There's swords in every freaking card. And you know what? I told you how Mars is like, he's the fire planet. Well, and the sun, of course, too. And he is currently in Libra. And Libra's all about justice. Y'all, that's where we end up in the end. But it's all about your thoughts. It's all about your thoughts. This observation, you guys, this is... It's beautiful because it's so crystal clear to me. Okay. And it was something that, like, this message came to me before it came out in these cards. Okay. That's why I started talking about it when I came back with my glass of water. Y'all are healing. What's been going on in your mind is a whole lot of anxieties about things. You've been trapped in your head. Some of you guys have been losing sleep. Okay. Because the Nine of Swords is the nightmare card. And it's been the kind of thing that's even been difficult for you to like talk to anybody about or change it or transform it. You couldn't really understand it because you just kind of, it was overwhelming. There are so many of them, but you're being trapped, literally trapped by your own thoughts and unable to act. You guys are beginning to make sense of them now. You're beginning to listen to your anxieties now. Okay. And it's just like, one of the messages that came up before, your personal project is healing. Okay. Okay. The other one was emotional healing. This is mental healing for you guys. Okay. Action must cease. Y'all gotta rest. Okay. It's a very dark scene here. Okay. If you know, Game of Thrones, Yeah, he's got the coins on his eyes. That dude's dead. He might not stay dead because it's Game of Thrones, right? You're not dead. Obviously, if you're watching this, you're not dead. But I'm just in a weird headspace. Thank you for being here with me, guys. But he's sleeping. He's resting. He's taking time out. Okay? Because now, okay, like this guy typically is sitting up in bed, not sleeping. But then this is a card of realization, the Page of Swords. Of listening to that message, hearing that, like, being, oh, now I can really contemplate and sort through my emotions. But I gotta rest in order to do that. Okay? And I keep saying emotions, but your thoughts. These are all swords. Swords are your thoughts. They're intellect. Okay? Some of you, wow. A few of you, those swords were coming from somebody else. You were stuck in a pattern of negative thinking. And you, like, this light bulb is realizing that somebody else was keeping you stuck in that pattern with their messages that they were giving you on a daily basis. Okay? When somebody, like, there's this quote, the way that we speak to our children becomes their inner voice as adults. But it's not even just as children. Anybody who speaks to you in a particular way, over a long period of time, you're going to begin to internalize their attitudes and opinions towards you if you allow that. Some of you guys are realizing that a lot of these pattern of negative thinking is exactly what this card means. Some of you guys are realizing that you are in a pattern of negative thinking because of somebody else, and you're just cutting off. You need rest from that person. Some of you guys, that person was just you. Your own personal narrative was full of a lot of negativity. But what this rest brings is balance. Okay? It's going to feel good, you guys. Yeah. Let's get a good focus on you. Okay? Justice. Bring justice to the kingdom. Alright? I swear, some of these guys, these cards have been so talkative, I literally could just stop after the first deck, the first tarot deck. But I'm not going to apologize for how long these readings are, because I'm only making 4 of them instead of my usual. Dude, like, you get 2 storylines for 12 different signs. That's 24 storylines. I'm doing too much. We can reel that back in a big way. That's okay. I still love you guys. Personal readings, get them done. I actually, like, it's, you know, cold and stuff here now. I got my winter hat on. So, if you're on my Facebook, it's the easiest thing in the entire world, especially if we're just chilling at home in our jammies. I'm chilling at my home, my jammies. You got your jammies on at your home. All you gotta do is send me some dollars on Facebook. And what I like to do is send audio clips via Messenger. It's so easy to do. So there are lots of ways we can do it. Hit me up. Follow me on Facebook and start a conversation there if you want. Like, probably the easiest way to do it. Okay. Let's talk about the source of these anxieties. Okay. So there is some conflict in some relationships, okay? But you weren't wanting to see it that way. These people are fun to be around, I feel like, right? Sometimes we're around people because they provide us with status in society. They provide us access to opportunities, drugs, parties, whatever, okay? Some of you, it's keeping up. It's about popularity. I'm just hearing popularity right now, okay? So you guys just not really... You've been surrounding yourselves with people that aren't really your people. And they've been warping your internal monologue. The way that you talk to yourself. These are not your people. And you, oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You realize that they're wrong. You realize that they're wrong. And this is the greatest gift that you guys could give to yourselves. Okay? All right? That's specific for some of you guys in relationships, okay? They didn't see things the way that you see things. You were surrounding yourself with people who just don't see things the way you see things. And they're warping your internal monologue, okay, about who you are and what you think you are. Some of these people also pushed you to excess. They weren't invested in you and your well-being. It's just kind of about the fun and the excitement and the passion, right? Not just like the, oh, take me, I'm yours passion, but just like the fun of being in the moment, okay? People that you can be active with. All right, so that you don't have to sit still and think about your feelings and thoughts. Okay. The greatest gift that you could give yourself is realizing how fucking wrong they are. That's not your truth. This is not in alignment with your truth. Okay. This confusion is a gift to you. Okay. Because you're going to realize you can't carry some of these people forward. No. You're going somewhere really important. You can't take all these people with you. What is that guy even up to? These are some of the weirdest cards. I've never really looked at the Two of Staves, which is the Two of Wands, okay? So these are partnerships falling apart. Just like you're looking ahead and realizing not everybody can go with you to the promised land, okay? They're trying to get that pig in a box. It's my pig in a box. It's my pig in a box. He can't get a pig in a box. Why are you taking anybody on a mission with you? I'm taking anybody on your journey if they can't get a pig in a box, okay? Obviously, that's an essential part of the journey. But it's funny, he's got this super, gosh, I really want to zoom in on that. He's got this super derpy look on his face. What is he even doing right there? I don't know the proper methodology of getting a pig in the box, but this is just kind of interesting, all right? It's something that they have to do, they have to accomplish to be able to move forward on their voyage. These two guys in this card, they're going to that castle for whatever reason. There's this long, windy road. They're just not keeping it together. They're not keeping it together. And that is actually a really great realization for you lot of guys to make. Okay? So, the people around you, probably, but sometimes just you and yourself, in your own mind, you've been stuck in this pattern of negative thinking and negative communications, you guys. You know, it's really cool when you're doing a reading on a full moon, when you get the moon card. All right. This is my advice to the universe, from the universe for moving forward. I got the moon card, and what else, you guys? The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Okay, so like I said, Mars is not the only fire planet, okay? But, I mean, the sun's not super comfortable in Libra either, okay? So, basically, being an active sign in a receptive space is forcing you, this is receptivity, okay? Your wish fulfillment is right on the other side of this phase of you going within and listening to your intuition. That is what's going to bring balance to the universe, okay? And unfortunately, that makes a lot of sense. This moon cycle, this moon cycle spans both Libra and Scorpio. So it is about being able to draw your attention to your personal relationships so you know which ones might have reached their end. Okay? And I'm not talking about like cut that person off and never speak to them again. But just like if there is some negativity following some people around, find some replacement activities. Find some other things to do. So when they hit you up, oh no, I'm busy, I'm sorry, I'm doing this other thing. I'm going to step out over onto this other positive vibe. Or, you know what? I'm at home taking a nap. What are you talking about, fire sign? Fire signs don't take naps. Yeah, but sometimes we take a time out. Sometimes you need to meditate. Sometimes you just want to not deal with other people's shit. Because other people's shit has been messing with your head. pick them out, okay? Of here first, and then really stop and think about it. Who gets to stay? Not everybody gets to move forward with you, because not everybody can keep their pig in a box. If you know what I mean. Because I don't. Not everybody can keep their pig in a box. It's my pig in a box. So much fun, weird energy tonight. I love it. It's a full moon. Oh. Why did I do this? I'm ending on water signs. Why did I do that? I'm probably going to turn this camera off and go cry when I'm done. But that's, you know what? It's a full moon. Healing, y'all. I can't sit here and talk to you about healing and look how healthy my hair is and not be willing to shed a few tears. Because that's what it's all about. But seriously, my hair does look good. For water signs, Cancers, Scorpios, about to be your birthday, and Pisces. Your card, your magical menagerie oracle card, slid right the heck out. Ooh, I love this one. This was like one of my favorites. It's the Sylph, I believe, and it is ruled by air. Okay, this is an oracle card for the magical menagerie. So this is kind of like, what are you focused on? What's your personal project that this full moon cycle, and full moon, when I say the full moon cycle, I mean this second half of the moon cycle, or the first, whichever you think about it. Okay, the Sylph. Okay, here, okay, Sylph is basically like, sometimes shows up in a butterfly, sometimes it shows up as little swirly bits of air, but to me they're kind of like angels and fairies or something. Let me look it up. They're saying on all my other signs. It's a new book, it's a new deck. I'm learning it. I love it. I'm learning it pretty good because a couple of these things I know some things about before I look it up. All right. Ooh, water. Ooh, okay, guys. Everybody else has been being told to get in their feelings, dude. Like, air got told, get in your feelings. Water got told, get in your thoughts, okay? Fire got told, get in your thoughts. You're water, but you're getting told to get in your thoughts right now, too. Okay, the Sylph, I guess is how you say S-Y-L-P-H. Thought, logic, analysis, learning, and the conscious mind, okay? So, Mercury being in a water sign right now. Sylphs are the spirits of the air element. They vary in appearance, sometimes taking the form, like I said, of butterflies or other insects, sometimes detected as flashes of colored light. They're usually, or swirls in the air, they're usually depicted as female in form, okay? Air represents the intellectual function that exists in us as potential, but which must be cultivated and honed over time, okay? So, it's a big message to send on a full moon to a whole bunch of water signs. Can you step a little out of your feelings, maybe? It's just for a minute. Just for a little bit. Think about it. Okay, think about it. Just think about it. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, I'm talking to y'all. This is who you are. So, knowledge is not by itself sufficient to confer wisdom. Understanding is essential. And this suggests insight. However, Sylph does indicate academic matters and understanding acquired through rational analysis and discrimination. Ultimately, the Sylph refers to an understanding of the higher reality behind the illusion of form. Okay? So all your feelings are valid. Your feelings are data. Your feelings are, and your emotions. They're very, very real. If you're a water sign, they're a very big part. If you're a water moon sign, whoo, honey pie. Your emotions build your reality, your internal reality. Okay? But stopping to look at things from an objective perspective, because emotions are not you. Emotions are temporary states. They're waves that come over us. And it's important to be able to feel that emotion and then release it. But don't forget to release it, you guys. Because if you hold on to an emotion for too long, it's known as wallowing. And if you hold on to an emotion for too long, you begin to identify with it. I'll say that again. If you hold on to an emotion for too long, you begin to identify with it. I'm sad. Well, yeah, everybody's sad. I feel sad sometimes. But when I'm not going to be sad. Sad ain't going to be me. Okay? And we all get sad. Okay? But don't let your feelings become your identity. Because they're temporary states. They're there to inform us. They're there to send us messages about the outside world and the relation between our inner selves and the outside world. But they're not meant to be the only form of data that we use to shape our reality of the outside world. So for my water signs, this very fiery full moon, let's get a couple, probably about 3 Game of Thrones cards. Okay. Thank you, divine spirits of love and light, ancestors, guides, allies. Let's channel a good message. Where can we focus our rational thought? There's 4. Thank you. I'm trying to draw boundaries with these cards. Don't give me like 8 cards at a time. It's 4. Good. Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. You split it like that. Some of you guys want to move forward on something, but you're carrying too damn many spears. Okay. Sorry, I have messages coming in too that I kind of have to process. They're very important. Prayers for my family right now. This is you carrying all this stuff right here, all these burdens, and they are your emotions. Some of them are the emotions of the people around you. Because if you're empathic, you're carrying all their emotions around too. And when other people become their emotions, all your friends are just emotions. Okay. So it's become so burdensome though, because you got places you want to go, but you can't take all of those spears with you. You got to put some down. You've got to be able to pare down, adjust, like, oh snap, yeah. Both of these. There's the energies that are surrounding you, and then there's some of the feelings that y'all are still holding on to. And these are things that in order for you to move forward and really get your heart's content, you have to leave some of these things behind. Some of you guys have an opportunity to make a soulmate connection. If you're willing to leave behind feelings that you don't need to identify with anymore. You've felt them. You've taken what you needed from them. You got what you needed out of those feelings, and you can leave them behind now. Because they're not making you happy. They're not helping you grow. Okay? All right? Some of you guys are in a romantic relationship that needs to be left behind because it's not making you happy. It's not making you grow. And if you choose to do that, you're going to find this, this new sort of happiness. But it's an old happiness, like a happiness you had before this burden was weighing you down. Okay. I'm going to get some more cards. From the Ship of Fools. But it's about putting your energy, you're doing too much when it comes to certain things. You're just working too hard. This is about working smarter, not harder, okay?
Some of you guys are just exerting way too much energy into things that you're not going to carry forward with you. They're not contributing to your growth. They're not a part of your vision for yourself. Okay. Some of you guys, emotionally, what you have to leave behind is something you've been carrying around since childhood, and nobody blames you for that. You should not blame yourself for carrying forward things since childhood, because you were a child when you picked those up. Somebody handed that to you and said, hey, here's the truth about emotions, and you've been carrying it around, and it's not serving you anymore. Okay? Sometimes the way in which we cope with trauma, those patterns that we develop, they're very useful in helping us through those times of trauma. But once you're done surviving and you're ready to start thriving, those things don't help you grow. Okay? And so finding alternative behaviors, that's like the second time I feel like that phrase has come up. Just finding other ways, other things you can do. Stop relying on that loop in your mind, that narrative in your mind about the way that emotions are supposed to work. And some of you guys know that that's bogus. Is this upright or reversed? Upright. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Okay. That's facts. Okay. Do we have any more on this? Do we put anything else on the Seven of Staves? Perfect. That's, yeah. Does he go over here? Okay. Do we just have something in the middle? Boo, boo, boo. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, so why I was like, oh, snap. This Seven of Staves came up, okay? Math. Let's do some quick, simple math. 10. Remember I said you're carrying too many swords, you can't take them all forward? And you want to have 3, ideally, because that's how you move forward. How many... Quick math quiz. How many swords? You start with 10 swords and you want to have 3 swords to go on your voyage. Class, how many swords do you need to get rid of? 7. You need to get rid of 7 swords. And guess which 7 swords you want to, or not swords, they're all rods. They're all staves. They're spears. Okay? But guess which ones you want to get rid of? The ones that feel like they're coming at you. The ones you have to defend yourself from. Nietzsche has this whole thing about, God, we spend so much time putting up these energetic defenses against things that we could just say no to. No. I don't want to help you move for the 5th time this year because you can't hold down a relationship or your own apartment. Okay? That's for Deborah. Deborah's not a real person, y'all know. Okay? Some of these people, when they come to you, like it's really, or these things that take your energy, it feels like an attack. You have to delete. And this is just like there's another math problem earlier in these cards. I'm not saying make a list of 10 things and then cross out 7 of them. But you know what? Maybe that'll work. Top 10 things that you spend your energy on. Cross out 7 of them. I dare you to. Top 10 friends. Okay? Find 7 that get on your nerves. Just kidding. You don't have to get rid of 7 friends. Okay? But think about things like that. Okay? 70% is a considerable amount of things that you're going to have to eliminate. There's a lot of shit that takes up your energy right now. And you are not happy where you're at, but you don't see it. You cannot attain emotional fulfillment from the space that you're in right now. But you don't even, it was that. What? No, it was that. Eight of Swords is upright. You don't even see the things that are blocking you from happiness. Every single one of those swords that's too heavy to carry is an overturned cup. It's standing in the way of your happiness, okay? What do? Y'all know. Sing it with me. We got the Page of Cups here. Listen to your heart when it's calling for you. I like how there's like a little free library, but it's not a little free library. That is an actual like hand, okay? Listen to your intuition. God came down and is pointing the way. Because this person is listening to their heart. Okay? So, you have to be logical about how much energy you're giving away right now. You have to be logical about the emotional baggage that you're holding on to that's keeping you back. Because like I said, you spend too much time in those feelings, your feelings or other people's feelings, you begin to identify with them. And it's very hard to rewrite that narrative. Okay? But you guys have some, there's a lot of inner child work. And I'm hearing that, yeah. So some of you guys were raised in abusive environments, and that's how you know how to relate to people. And you're beginning to look around and see, I'm just going to take that top one because it's beautiful. You're beginning to look around and see how unhealthy that is, how much it stands in the way of you. Like when you are raised in an abusive environment, you have to make a lot of concessions. Okay, and my battery's low and we're at 1:20. We're at like a 2-hour long video. No, it's an hour and 20 minutes. I can't do math. Okay. You have to make a lot of concessions. You have to carry a lot of burdens that aren't your own. Because it's not acceptable for you to just carry your own burdens and make everybody else carry their own. No. Not when you are raised in an abusive situation. If you're raised around abuse or addiction or any kind of oppression, you're not taught how to put your feelings first. You're taught how to put other people's feelings first. Okay? You don't speak up for yourself because you might get hit. Nobody cares about what you're going through if the bottle's empty. Because that, the bottle empty? Oh, shit. Nobody's having a good night tonight. Okay? You know what I'm talking about? People who've been in those kinds of environments. Okay? You deserve that healing. Your inner child deserves that healing. Okay? Some of you guys got to put down a lot of shit and focus on your inner healing. Because it's going to be so beautiful. You're going to grow so much. You're going to see a lot of truths coming out of this. Okay? This is another card that is about the child. That's Danny's baby, okay? This is a happy, playful child on the Sun card. And in this, it's just, Danny's babies aren't babies. They're dragons, okay? And that is a baby dragon because you see it's when they're, it's just sitting on a little perch in the garden. That's a baby dragon. And it's roaring at the sun. Okay, there is happiness, there's illumination, there's so much growth for you guys, fire signs. There's fire for y'all. But you're carrying too much. And it's okay to put it down, okay? Grow. Feed yourself, nourish yourself, nurture yourself. Put yourself in the spotlight is what I'm hearing. Okay? Let things be about you. The sun is the center of the solar system. Everything else rotates around the sun. Okay? Yeah. You're used to rotating around everybody else, and right now it's time to let you be the center of your solar system. All right? Rest up, guys. Hydrate yourselves a lot. Okay? Do we need to do a collective? Do we want to do a collective? I'm gonna pull out another pretty animal card. I didn't ask you, but Page of Swords, right? Page of Swords have been popping up left and right. A lot of people are coming to realizations, okay? I'm just gonna do a collective because these animal oracles, magical menagerie, and they end up bringing me really intuitive messages, okay? So I will time to stamp this as a collective at the very end. But I'm just going to do the magical menagerie, okay? And then we're going to pack it all up. All right, so final word. Where can we focus our energies during this full moon period at the end of at the end of October, leading into Scorpio, getting ready for Mercury to go retrograde? I'm probably going to go pick a pile of like, what shit do I need to get together before Mercury goes retrograde? I got a couple other pick a piles that I originally made for the full moon, but they're better as follow-ups to my mutual reception video. So I'm going to probably hashtag them, label them as such. I got two right now. I got the boar. What a boar. He's a pig. Not in the box. What was that? A fire signs? Water signs? Earth signs? I don't know. Somebody had a hard time getting a pig in a box in their tarot card reading today. And it was a boar. It wasn't just a regular pig. It was a boar. So, courage, tenacity, and leadership. You need some courage and tenacity to get your freaking boar in a box. Great strength. In Celtic legend, boar possesses great strength, and he is consequently respected as the warrior spirit. This is Aries. That's Mars. Boar moves swiftly. Ooh, check out these words. Fearless, courageous, indefatigable. Indefatigable. You can't wear that out. And tenacious. Boar moves swiftly and with great confidence to overcome problems or protect against attack, which some of y'all are doing. Boar shows impressive leadership qualities with clear aims and direction, inspiring with others with displays of fierceness of energy. Boar is terrifying and indispensable when faced with powerful opposition or a threat. You guys, that is tying up so many of the readings that I've given you so far. Okay? All right? Some of you guys are leaving people behind. Some of you guys are just charging forth with your own things. But listen, when you leave behind people who can't take care of themselves, guess what you're doing? You're modeling for them how to take care of yourself, how to choose yourself. Some people need to see it in action before they consider an option for themselves. That's facts. Okay? All right. So, strength. Beautiful, boar. That's for all y'all, all signs. And it is ruled, in fact, by all four elements. Fire, earth, air, water. Now, in the order of earth, water, fire, air, the second card, I asked for one, but y'all know how my deck do sometimes. We got the cow. Watch this be, I swear it has something to do with the moon. Yes, because it's Aries and moon. Aries full moon. The cow, ooh, never mind. It's like my kind of cow, right? Taurus the bull. Wealth, possessions, money. Dude, this is for real. Cows were like everything in Celtic legend, okay? Cow, the number of cows possessed used to indicate the wealth of a family, and in many parts of the world, this is still the case. Thus, cow represents possessions, goods, even money. He is conscientious and attentive to the well-being of self and others. Cow regards everyone as part of one big family. Consequently, her inexhaustible supply of milk nourishes all. Hers is the milk of human kindness as much as a real mother's milk. Cow, mother, full moon. Aries. Full moon. I told y'all that's what these two cards are trying to tell me about, because it's Aries full moon. So this is how this is how this energy with this Aries full moon, and I'm really scared that, let me see. Oh, I got 10%. Okay. So I can ramble on for a minute. Good. I'm glad you guys are, I bet you guys are glad to hear that. I got 10%. Cow signals the appearance of the mother goddess up in the sky. Look, it's a mother goddess, y'all, out there. All you gotta do is go outside. You know there's a goddess in the sky tonight? It's Diana. It's a full moon. And her loving attention. Cow also represents spiritual riches. In Celtic myth, cattle are gifts of the goddess, and the wealth of the people are tied to the well-being of these animals. Neighboring tribes. Dude, some of the best stories, Celtic legends, are about, like, trying to go steal somebody's cows. There's, like, this golden stud that could, like, make all the good baby cows. Yeah. All right? So, this is how these two energies are coming together in this full moon cycle. There is strength and drive and passion to move towards that which nurtures you. Okay? You, not everybody else on the block, okay? Because yes, cow is about making sure that the whole tribe can be fed. But you know what? You gotta take care of the cows. You gotta take care of yourself, or else you can't feed anybody in your tribe. Okay? So some of you guys are really, several of the readings that came up, people just focus on all these other energies. You know what? I'm gonna be real. You know the best thing I did last night? I drew all my power back to myself. All my magical power that's out there in this world, I drew it back to myself. And that's what I have been advising so many people to do. Okay? All right? I have so much more to give now. I didn't think I was going to do these readings. But nah, I brought my power back to myself. So you guys can do it too. Okay? All right? You will not have enough to give to anybody else ever, or to any of your projects, if you don't bring it back in and take good care of yourself. Okay? Listen to yourself. Do what you got to do. I'm going to go timestamp all of this. Y'all know how to hit me up if you want to. I'll do a reading just for you. All right? Happy full moon vibes. Happy end of Libra season. Happy birthday, Scorpios. I'm going to be talking to y'all again definitely before the full or the new moon, which will be in Scorpio. Oh, shit. We have a sun in Scorpio, a moon in Scorpio, and a retrograde Mercury in Scorpio. You know I'm going to check in with you guys. Until then,